Hi, in this video, we will be completing an emergency protocol. The first thing you need to do is search for your patient. And then from the patient hub, you want to create the appointment for the stretcher call you went on, or the walk-in visit, whichever one applies. You want to make sure that you select the appropriate facility. And then your resource is going to be triage. Your provider should be your triage provider at the time. And then your visit type is going to be stretcher call or walk-in, whichever applies. You're going to select OK to create the appointment, and then close the patient hub. You want to navigate from the corrections van to the clinical visit console, and then you can filter down your console if you need to. So we don't want to see all of the appointments. I'm going to select CFCF so that I can only see the CFCF appointments. I can change my visit type to stretcher so that I'm only viewing the stretcher calls. And then hit filter, and you'll only see the stretcher appointments for CFCF. You want to make sure that you check the patient in. So mark the box next to the patient's name. Click on update appointment. Select check in. Always change the appointment time and date to the current date and time, and then click OK. Once you've checked your patient in, you're going to enter the progress note. If you are able to obtain vital signs for the patient, you want to click on vitals under objective. And in the highlighted area, document the patient's vital signs. Mark the box that says vitals taken, and then close the vitals window. The next thing you want to do is navigate to your SF button so that you can select the appropriate smart form for the patient. If the patient is reporting a complaint of a sexual assault, you want to make sure you complete the appropriate PREA net. Otherwise, select the smart form that's appropriate to the issue. Complete the documentation in its entirety. If the patient is going to be sent out, be sure when you answer yes to the emergent intervention, you want to answer all of the questions. And hit save when you're done completing the smart form. If the patient is being sent out, you want to navigate down to plan and then click on treatment. We need to complete a referral for the emergency room, so you want to click on referral and then answer the information. Your specialty is going to be ER. You want to assign the referral to Bahia Darden. You want to change your priority to urgent, and then your status should be pending. The reason you're sending the patient out needs to be documented as well. You then want to click on notes to add any general notes if needed, so any additional information, and then click OK. And then select the structured data tab and save the referral. Make sure you document the shift you are sending the patient out on, and then the mode of transportation. And then also you want to document if the patient refused the appointment. In our case, we're going to say no and say that the patient is going out. If you need to send any attachments with the patient, you would click on at the bottom where it says attachments. If you do not want to attach the medical summary, you want to make sure you uncheck this box. And then if there are any lab reports, x-rays, or patient documentations that you want to send with the patient, you're going to click on this box here to add the appropriate documentation. Scroll to the bottom and click OK. You're going to click on the arrow next to where it says send. You can either print with attachments or you'll fax with attachments. Typically on State Road, we print the paperwork out and send it with the EMS workers. Alternatively, you can fax. You want to click OK when you're finished the referral and close the treatment window. When you're completed your emergency documentation, you want to lock the note and always run the clinical rules engine. When asked, are you sure you want to lock the encounter, select yes. Alternatively, you can select no and make any changes necessary. You then want to assign your emergency note to your provider. So next to where it says details, you want to click on that button there and then change the assign to. You want to make sure that you assign your progress note to the provider that is working triage so that they can view and review the progress note. You want to click OK. Return to the corrections band and select Clinical Visit Console. Mark the box next to your patient's name, and then you want to update appointment so that we can check the patient out. And click OK. In the event that the provider wants to mark the patient as deceased, this would happen under the disposition of a different encounter. So the provider would create their stretcher call appointment and enter the progress note. Under disposition, the provider would select deceased. And click done. And then lock the note per usual. That concludes this video.